All right, you guys. So right now, I want to talk about how sibling rivalry can be dangerous and why treacherous family should not be absolved of the things that they do, right? And the reason I say that is because, okay, the minute, like maybe a job doesn't pay us, the minute we're ripped off or whatever's going on, we're quick to either, some of us are quick to want to sue, we're quick to want to file some kind of complaint, or we're quick to take some kind of action, okay? Many of us are, okay? But what I know is that when your family do something probably 10 times more low down and you want justice for it, especially when I look at the court cases, when I used to look at the court cases on TV, and I understand a lot of that stuff is scripted because I used to do background, and so I would sit in the audience as background and see this, that it was scripted. But when you go into, when I used to look at court cases, and not just court, but in regular life, um, family members who wanted to sue other family members for something that was rightfully theirs were shamed. And they were told by either judges or other people who were not involved in the law, maybe other family members or friends, they were told that they should be ashamed of your family and you guys should work it out, your family. And this is a shame that this is what family has come to. But here's the problem, that family are just as treacherous as strangers. They're still people too. Okay, just because they might be blood related to you does not make them any less low down than maybe the next person or the other person who might have tried to rip you off. Okay, and so to say you should basically take the high road because they're your family, they're your kin, and so you should take the high road and forgive and let it go, because you don't want to separate the family, is just crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy to me to let somebody constantly walk all over you, use and abuse you, treat you like a doormat. You don't get what's rightfully yours. They get everything, but take what belongs to you. And because they're family, you're supposed to take the high road and just let them walk all over you. And I'm gonna make a separate video about what exactly the high road is, because I don't think people understand what this high road is about. Because I understand the high road, but at the same time, the high road can also be used as cowardice too. Maybe some people, and I'm not going to judge that, I'm just saying what it is. Maybe some people just don't have the backbone to confront certain people. In that case, that's not the high road. That's just them not having the backbone. Okay. So there is cases where there's a high road, and there's cases where a person is just afraid to speak out because of the backlash that might happen, because they might have no support and everybody will be jumping on them and bullying them. And so instead of that being the high road, it's just a fact that they know they're going to get viciously attacked. Okay. So so I want to talk about how sibling rivalry can turn deadly. And the reason why I'm thought of this is because somebody else brought it up, and it made me think of what was happening between me and my brother, right? So I noticed my brother was always competitive. He was always competitive. I don't care what it is. He wanted to do it better. He was always competitive. And it could have seemed cute at first. But then I got to a point as I got older. I said, this is not really cute. This is a problem. He's always competing. This is a problem. Okay. And then it got to the point where my father died in 2015. Here go him and my mother lying about the will, saying that I was never part of a will when I know a will was written out for me. Okay, I'm going to investigate this, but it's a lot of you guys don't know. I can I'm sensitive to the spirit world. Okay, so when people are passed over, not just my father, but my grandmother who passed away too. When she passed away in 2016 or 2017, that's when it came clear what was going on, and I knew she had something to do with that. I'm very sensitive to the spiritual world. Okay, so I'm going to get the proof, but see how they lied and kept this will away from me, and it was a very nice amount of money that he supposedly might have left for me. I have to investigate it though. But I brought this up to maybe one or two people. And now I can see if you say leave it alone because they might be dangerous people and they might try to kill you. Okay, I understand that you're concerned about my well-being. You say you'd rather live than to deal with that. Okay, that part I get. But then you have some people that say, "Oh, just let it go, just forgive." I don't believe in forgive. I don't believe in forgiveness. I'm not a Christian, but I will say this: I was a Christian and a diehard Christian at that. I was fast for a long time. I was very, very. I would read the Bible every year, the whole entire Bible. So I'm not a Christian now, but when I was definitely like the Nation of Islam with Christianity. And here's what I'm going to say about this. When Jesus talked about forgiveness, okay, he said, if you don't forgive your brother, you have to forgive your brother 77 times 7. Okay, so then there's a part where people said, "Hey Jesus, your brother and your sisters, they're looking for you." And then he said to them, "Who are my brothers? Who are my sisters?" He said, my brothers and my sisters are the only ones who do the will of my Father, right? So I'm not a Christian, but I do remember that part. I remember the part where it says you must forgive your brother 77 times 7. Your brother, everybody ain't your brother or your sister, okay? And then there's a part where Jesus was speaking the word, and people came in and say, "Hey Jesus, you know, your brothers and sisters are out here and they want to speak to you." And he said, who are my brothers and who are my sisters? He didn't even consider them really to be his brothers or his sisters, even though they were blood related. He said, "My brothers or sisters are the ones who does the will of my Father." That's what he said. I'm not a Christian, but I remember that. So here's what I got to say about that. Even the Christians who want to tell me to forgive, those people, if they are Christian, they need to know that's not the will of the Father. And why would you forgive them? You're not obligated to forgive that. You're not obligated to forgive it. Now, you are obligated to let go of bitterness. That's what you're obligated to let go of. And what I notice is a lot of people confuse getting rid of bitterness as forgiveness. No, letting go of bitterness and letting go of anger and hostilities is for your well-being. But that's not the same as forgiving them. You know, like loan forgiveness, how like I might owe a loan and somebody might give me loan forgiveness. Okay, well, if somebody forgives my loan, then it still needs to be paid off some other kind of way. But you see what I'm saying? If my loan is forgiven, that means I don't have to do anything else. Okay. So to forgive somebody who doesn't feel bad about anything they've done, and that's number one. Number two, they certainly ain't doing the will of the Father. And this is the people who tell me to forgive. They certainly not doing the will of the Father, so I'm not obligated to even forgive them. I'm not a Christian. That's another one. I'm not a Christian. But even if I was, they are not doing the will of the Father, even if I was a Christian. And so I'm not obligated to forgive them then. Okay? There's another part of the Bible that talks about you get not because you ask not. So to sit with a blind eye, sweep everything under the rug, and act like nothing's ever happened because you don't want to ruffle no feathers, then you're still going to be getting a short end of the stick. Okay? Even when I was a Christian, I just don't recall all of this, you're supposed to be a doormat. Okay? Even when I was a Christian. Sorry. I have to move my phone, so you're going to see my everything. I hope you heard me. But yeah, you know, it's just expectation to be a doormat, okay? And so that gets on my nerves, and that's why I only talk to certain people about this situation. But I want to get back on family, right? Because, see, family is expected to be absolved of things like that for the very fact that they're family, and you're supposed to take the high road. But then you can have a stranger who does something much less and harmless than what your family has done, and you're supposed to act on it. You're supposed to get your just due. You're supposed to file the claim, sue, do whatever you're supposed to do to a person you don't know that probably done less harm than your family has done to you. Okay, so I don't believe in all of that. Turn a blind eye and don't try to seek justice when your family do you wrong because you're blood and it's supposed to be It's supposed to be a way to work it out. But my phone is running hot because I have my car off and the sun is shining because I'm on break. But I will talk to you guys later. Okay, you guys let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon.